The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. At the end of the day, the person that will surrender is the person that didn't work as hard as the other person. You got to work harder than the other person. So just when you felt like you did that last rep and your muscles are saying, I can't do no more reps, you saying, yeah, you got to do one more. Because right now, you might be doing 5 more. While you quitting and giving up, while you saying, all right, I did enough, it's time to rest, he might just be getting in his zone. In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have. Humans do not transition to another level when they're comfortable with the level that they're on. Because you're thinking right now like, I want a better home, I want a better car, I want a better family. No, that's what you say with your mouth. That's what you say to make yourself feel good about yourself. Because you don't get out of life what you want. You get out of life who you are.
Everybody likes the idea of success. Everybody wants to have millions of dollars in their bank account. But going out and doing those things, going out and building a plan backwards from that point that you want to be and going through the day-to-day actions of building that, you don't love that idea. You like the idea of success as long as it's easy, as long as it doesn't take dedication, as long as it doesn't take you having to do things that you don't feel like doing when you don't feel like doing them. You need to decide if you're in love with the idea of success or if you're in love with success.
You only transition from one level to the next when you're tired of the level you on.
You can stop at that level, or you can go, I want more levels. I want more levels.
When you start losing, it becomes a habit. That's what's dangerous. And it doesn't just affect you. Now your children and your children's children are going to be broke. Winners win and losers lose. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's going to become a culture. Life happens to everybody, but winners approach it like victors and losers like victims. Winners win, not because their circumstances change, not because they win the lottery, not because they get this network. Winners win because they change their mentality from being a loser, a victim, to being a victor and saying, I have what it takes. I've got the right mindset. I'm alive. I can count on me. So if you're tired of losing and you're ready to win, you owe you to be a winner. If you're going to be the best, the cream of the crop, if you're going to be the apex, you got to be it, not talk about it. You gotta be it. It has to consume you. It has to take over you. You're putting in work, and just because you can't see the results, you want to quit or give up. I ain't never quit. I ain't never give up. I ain't never give in. I just kept grinding. You putting in the work, and the only reason you pissed, the only reason you quitting is not because you want to quit, because you keep looking up and you saying we 3 in. Who cares what you are? If you keep going, you're gonna break through. The only people that don't break through are the people who scoreboard watching. You stopping working to look at yourself. You not grinding, you glaring. You should be grinding and you looking at the score. The score is what it is. The score ain't about to change because you looked at it. Keep playing the game. Keep grinding. Keep working. And that other stuff will take care of itself. And the process is not supposed to be comfortable. So if it hurts, if you feel like you're under heat, if you feel like you're being pressured, welcome to the big leagues.
You got to do a lot that nobody ever sees or thanks you for or rewards you for a long time. It's delayed gratification. If you do the work consistently, 1 + 1 is always going to equal 2. 2 + 2 is going to equal 4. And 10 years work is going to pay off.
The equation is always the same. Every single time, if you do it right, you're going to get the same answer. And most of y'all crying. I'm ready to quit because I put in some time. You might have put in some time, but you didn't put in the time. The time that's required to make your dream become a reality. You can't shortcut success. Ain't no days off. You think because you sick, you can quit. You think because you hurt and you in pain, you can just give up. You think just because you put in some time, that ain't the time. You put in the time coach told you to put in. You put in the time the teacher told you to put in. But you didn't put in the time that life told you to put in. You didn't put in the time that the grind told you to put in. So what? You've been working out for 6 months. So what? You just started studying. So what? You serious. You just got serious 6 months ago. So what? You can't cheat the grind. You either put in the time or you surrender. If it was easy, y'all, everybody would do it. But it ain't easy. But I know you have what it takes to make it happen.
Everyone climbs a mountain, and right when they're like, I can't go anymore, that last inch is gonna make all the difference. And they give up. It's because one, they had a bad plan of action, but two, they've lost the motivation. They're not seeing the visual representation of their effort being put out, so therefore they're like, I'm done.
You are going to come up against some moments in your life. I've been there. You're going to come up with some moments in your life. Somebody told you it was over. Somebody told you that just go home and die. Somebody sent you home. Somebody told you you'll never be a doctor. They sent you home, you failed. They sent you home, law school. They sent you home. Some wife, she told you, that's it. I don't want to be married to you. Some husband, he told you, I don't want to be married to you. And he left. Never give up. I need mental toughness. It's no reason to cry. It's a reason to build. It's a reason to get stronger. It's a reason to get more intense. It's a reason to get better. You need one more thing, one more check, one more something to put yourself in a position where you get higher. I don't care if it's fair or not. It's what you got to do. You can get through this because you bigger than this. You better than this. You tougher than this. And when you get to the other side, you're going to be better. You're going to be bigger. You're going to be bolder.
You guys are saying you're doing everything right. You're giving your all. Come on. Your all is a lot more than you know. You got more inside of you to give. Stop selling yourself.
We've come too far to quit now. When you're in the darkest place, when you feel like all is lost, when you think there's no way to turn it around, remember this. Victory is near.
I don't care if you have to inch your way day by day, and it hurts, and it's hard, and nobody can see what you're really going through. If you don't quit, the pit will become your platform. I'm telling somebody right now, your lowest moment, the place where you were that broken, will be the place of your greatest testimony.
I am not phenomenally skilled, but phenomenally will. I will not give up. I will not surrender. I will not quit. And your problem is you're giving up too easy. We've come too far. We've been through too much. We've seen too much. We've had too many victories. We have seen defeat. We've looked defeat in the face, and we've overcome it. We've come too far to be negative now. We've come too far to start overthinking now. Once we hit that wall, we don't quit. We don't give up. We push a switch called will, and we start using our willpower. Yes, we tired. Yes, we're hungry. Yes, the mind is saying give up. Yes, it's saying quit. But we cannot quit because we realize we have not reached the goal yet. This is not what I dreamed about. This is not what I said I was going to do. This is not what it looks like.
Mentally, you must be there before you physically even start. It's a mindset. That dream and success, I'm gonna meet, I'm gonna create it. All I have to do is sweat for it, work for it, study for it, drive for it, believe in it. Never take no for an answer, and never give up. When the winds of life don't hit your sail, you grab oars of life. And you start pushing your body, your boat, your vessel into the harbor of a known point that you want to be. Those don't get you there. You gotta get yourself there, guys. When you leave the crowd, you start to dream and express your best of the world. You will be different, and people don't like it if you're different. Every hero you guys had was called an idiot, crazy, a loser. They will try to tear you down, and they will try to mock you.
When you get to that point of frustration, of anger, that is tremendous fuel for you to go out and do that you want to do. Your goal should be to become so successful in whatever it is that you're trying to do that all the people who said that you, those look at the floor.
One person with a belief overrides thousands of people with just intent.
The people that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have.
The spirit of resiliency, the spirit of grit, it's in your DNA, it's in your blood. Overcoming is in your blood. Getting through adversity is in your blood. I need effort from you. I need you to match whatever effort the enemy is putting up. Whoever your enemy is, match the doggone effort. This is what you do. You are built for this.
The reason most people fail is because they give up what they want most for what they want now.
That thing that's holding you back, that thing that's dragging you down, that thing is you.
It's you. Nobody else. The only person that gets in your way is you.
You know, the war that you have to really fight is the war against yourself. It's not easy to look in the mirror and to change your own life. It's hard as hell. You have to take responsibility. You have to learn new things. You have to feel uncomfortable.
The thing I value more than anything is me being able to look myself in the mirror and say, hey bro, you gave it everything you got today. I can live with that. But the thing that would be extremely difficult for me is for me to go out and compete and I know I didn't give everything I had. That's a problem for me.
And that's why so few people achieve great things, because they don't want to sacrifice, they don't want to discipline for some greater. So you see all these people that have great things in life that you look up to, it's because they were sacrificed and disciplined long before you ever knew them.
Hard work and making good choices will always position you in life to win. If you're cutting corners, if you're taking shortcuts, you're not robbing anybody else but you.
I can tell you it's hard to get off the couch and take that one step towards greatness. I can tell you how hard that is. I can also tell you how hard it is, 10 times harder, looking back on your life as time expires, knowing you could have been great when you didn't get off the couch because it seemed hard and now you can't do anything about it. I can tell you how the worst failure in life isn't the person that fell down, it's the person that never got up to try.
Hard work works. And you know what's great about our culture, y'all? The world's lazy. It's a good thing for you and me. Nobody wants to do it. Everybody will talk about it. Everybody will post about it. But nobody wants to roll up their sleeves and just go get it.
Those long dog days, those hard practices, I'm exhausted, man. I'm tired, man. I'm dead, man. Yeah, that's process. And in process, what do we get? We learn who's committed. We learn this is what it takes to be a champion.
Some of you're gonna lose it all. You're gonna lose that house if you keep being average. You're gonna lose your family if you keep being average. You're gonna lose that job if you keep being average. You're going to lose it because nobody wants to be average. You will live in the reality that you build. You have to understand that every decision you make, you live with that decision. Every effort you put forth. If you put forth an average effort, you will live an average life. You will live in what you build. It's time to put your pieces together of your puzzle. I'll put mine together. I want to run my life because it's my life. I understood that the dream is real, but the lifestyle is real. You want the lifestyle, but you don't want to earn it. You got to earn it. Some of what you want, some of what you trying to get ain't in the comfort zone. And so if what you want is not in the comfort zone, you got to come out of the comfort zone to get what you want. Why are you in school when you don't have to be in school? I want to live a phenomenal life. Why are you writing books when you don't have to write books? I want to live a phenomenal life. You're building it. Every decision you make, you're building it. Every shortcut you take, you are destroying it. Every corner you cut, you're tearing it down. It's your life. You're going to have to live in it. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a product of your effort. You are the sum total of the decision that you made and the effort that you put forth. So if you do not like what you see, if you do not like where you're going, do something about it. When it comes to our effort, the energy that we put forth, the way we go at the day, the way we handle the day, the time we wake up, the time we go to sleep, you are going to be intentional, you're going to be deliberate, you're going to be strategic. That means that there's not a day that's going to go by, there's not an hour that's going to go by, there's not a minute that's not going to go by that is not accounted for. Push through pain enough, and there's glory on the other side of it. But you gotta get through it. You need to work an hour longer. You need to run just a little faster. You need to put 5 more pounds on the rack. That's the effort you need to be great. That's the sacrifice that you have to put in order for you to get to the next level that you need to be at. And your grind has to match your dream. I need you to pick your grind up. There's nothing wrong with your dream. You have a great dream with a little grind. There's nothing wrong with the opportunity. You're not giving 120. You're giving 70. You're giving 60. You're giving 50. And you want what these people who's giving sweat, who's giving blood, who's giving tears, you want what they paid for, and it ain't free.
These little tests, the little tiny details of life, makes that dream a possibility. You see what pushing through that is, facing it, meeting it head on, that fear, that pain, whatever else, how you can beat it back. You've done it here day in, day out, and you don't fall down. If you fall down, get back up, you keep getting back up.
That's what we do when we put forth 120. That other stuff, I don't know who that is, but that ain't us. This ain't for the weak and the uncommitted. Sometimes it's gonna hurt, sometimes it's gonna be painful, but if you want it, you gotta go get it. You gotta play hard for it. Yep, it's difficult. Why? Because the process is weeding out the weak.
You're the master of your life. You're not the servant anymore. You are running the day is not running you. That is freedom, guys.
I dare you to try it for 30 days. I dare you to go to school, sit up front, shut up, do your homework, do the test, and show them what you're really working with. And it's time for you to act like you got some sense and make it happen.
For most people, the easiest thing in the world to do is to give up and to quit. The easiest thing in the world to do is to complain. Don't take no effort. The easiest thing in the world to do is to be negative. It takes work to have a perspective that see things on the right side of the coin. You gotta fight for that. It takes work to show up every single day, and when things are not playing in our favor, to say, you know what, man, it's might not playing in my favor right now, but I'm gonna still show up, and I'm gonna give everything I got to it because I value what I'm a part of. It takes work to have the right perspective, and I'm a firm believer that perspective drives performance every day of the week.
That ain't got nothing to do with talent. That's just got everything to do with effort. Nothing else. And the only thing that's kept me around is my effort. Because I wasn't a number one recruit. I wasn't a number one linebacker. I wasn't even in the media guy. All I ever knew was effort will get me seen on tape. Effort will get me noticed to get to the league. Effort would one day take care of my mom and my kids. Effort, which is between you and you. Nobody else can give you effort. Effort is what's inside, man.
You're not going to be the best. You're not going to catch the best if you're not intentional and deliberate. And there are those of you in your space, and whatever you're trying to do, you don't even represent the best in your space, and you're still not giving 120. It doesn't matter if you're interested. It doesn't matter if you're somewhat committed. It only matters if you're fully committed. Where are you in that spectrum? Where would you place yourself? Am I interested in this, committed to this, or am I fully committed to this? You can feel when somebody's not committed, when they're not all in, when they're not dedicated. And there's another level you get to when you go all in, when you do videos every single Monday and ain't nobody paying you. When you come to an engagement and you speak as if you're making the most you've ever made when you're not. When you get up at 6 when you don't have to.
Effort is isolated. The reason why effort is isolated, because nobody can dictate it. Effort is 100% in the mind. No coach, no player, nobody else can make you run to the ball. Nobody else can make you finish a tackle. Nobody else can do it. When you finally figure it out, how to win real battles, it's found through fundamentals. That's what wins championships. That's what wins battles. Blocking, tackling, until they get tired. Because you don't know what tired feels like.
Tired don't mean nothing. Tired is only in the mind. You tell yourself you're tired, you're gonna be tired. I don't get tired.
Nobody ain't got to convince me of what I do. I do what I do because I do what I do, because I'm built from something.
Because I'm pissed off for greatness. Because if you ain't pissed off for greatness, that means you're okay with being mediocre.
Starting with a little dream, like building your business and saying, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to talk to people and I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to be extraordinary. Because the days slip into weeks, the weeks slip into months, the months slip into years. Before you know it, 1 year's gone by. 5 years have gone by. Well, 1 year's going to go by anyway. Why not get there world class in this business, world class in your life?
Champions are focused on the goal. They don't have time to be doing stuff that's not going to help them toward the goal. So all the little social media, cut it off. Cut it off. Get off of it. Stop Netflix. Who are you watching? Watch you. Cut the TV off. It's going to be there. You got a job to do. That's what you're getting paid for. Have some pride.
Cut off the TV, son. Cut that doggone football game up. It ain't doing nothing for you. They making millions, you not. More stuff comes to you when you execute, son.
Do what you're supposed to do. You ain't no boy no more. The only thing you do for success, there's no discounts. It's sweat, it's blood, it's tears. There is no discount. You can't get 50% off. It's sweat, it's blood, it's tears. There are no shortcuts to success. Stop thinking there are. And stop wanting people to put you somewhere that you didn't earn.
You can't be in love with the idea of success. You can't be in love with the results and not be in love with the work. You have to love the process. You have to love the daily grind. You have to to love the lessons learned. You have to love the little victories. You have to love the experiences that the journey provides you. You have to love the relationships. You have to love the whole thing to produce the result that you are in love with. You got to do a lot that nobody ever sees or thanks you for or rewards you for a long time. And it's not just a 9-to-5 Monday through Friday effort. It's a lifestyle. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week commitment.
When I tell you to put forth effort, I'm talking about life and death. The effort that you put forth either is going to bring life to your finances, to your health. When you put forth effort, your money is going to look different when you put forth effort. You look different. And when you don't put forth that effort, it's death.
I grant you that if you begin to work to develop your gifts, you'll develop a strong sense of happiness. You'll get a larger vision of yourself.
I want you to feel your center right now, your strength. I want you to just inside yourself, promise yourself you're never going to settle. Never settle for less than you can be, do, give, or create. Hold a new standard that you're going to constantly strengthen your state, your focus, your physiology. All you got to decide is surround yourself with the right people. All you got to decide is what you're committed to, what's a must for you. Shift the belief, find what works. When it gets tough, get stronger, and give more. And if you do that each day with enough energy, I'm telling you, the stuff you once dreamed about will be a reality.
Sweat equity. Sweat equity. There's some things you're not willing to quit when you've invested that much into it. Some of y'all, you can quit because you ain't putting nothing in it. You ain't put enough work in it. You can just turn your back on it because you didn't put that much work into it. There's some stuff in my life I can't turn my back on it. I work too hard to walk away from certain things because I put too much in it. And some of you can easily walk away from stuff. It doesn't mean nothing to you. If this company means something to you, if this opportunity means something to you, you wouldn't quit and you wouldn't give up and you wouldn't give in.
It's called character. You will grow through what you go through. The question is, are you willing to go through it? Sometimes a setback and you being in the dumps and miserable and frustrated about all of these things that keep going wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong, and you're looking for something to go right. When it finally starts going right, you're going to appreciate it that much more.
You cry, you're hurt. At the end of the crying and the hurt, don't give me a story. I don't need a story. At the end of it, I need you to get a reward. You already cried. You've already sacrificed parties. You've already given up sports. You've already given up a whole lot of stuff. And now you're about to cry and give up. You're about to cry and go home. If you were going to quit, you should have quit before you started. You don't come this far. You don't invest this much time. You don't invest this much energy to give up. Recycle your pain. You can decide the shape, the form. You can decide the product that comes from your pain. Get something from it. You already in pain. Use it. Do something with it. Allow it to take you to the next level. Allow your pain to push you to greatness. This is what I need you to do for me. When you walk out of here, I just need you to keep walking toward it. I don't need you thinking about it no more. You're doing too much thinking. You analyze it too much. You're talking yourself out of it. I don't know if this gonna work. I tried and it didn't work. I just need you to keep moving. I need you to make up in your mind that the only way you can lose is if you quit. I just need you to keep going. When you out there dealing with the real world, it ain't pretty. You got to have heart. Get some heart. It can be fixed and you can fix it. But when you pointing fingers and you talk about, I can't believe stuff change. The weather change every day. You don't complain about that. When you get out there, I need you kill or be killed when you get out there. We ain't playing no more. We ain't taking no prisoners no more. When you get out there, whatever you can get, go get it. Because they gonna get it before you get it. And they ain't gonna give it to you. So you go out there and get what's yours. Ain't nobody about to give you your personal freedom. If you're going to get your personal freedom, they ain't giving it away. You gotta go get it. You gotta go earn it. That test might not go away. That pain might not go away. That fight might not go away. You are a warrior. It's time for you not to back up, not to give up, not to give in. You are a warrior. It's time to fight. If you're going through trials and tribulations, the best thing you can do is handle it. The worst thing you can do is panic. If you ever study an eagle, you see that an eagle flies best when there's storms and winds, because it doesn't have to flap. It uses the wind from the storm to elevate. And so I don't care what your trials and tribulations are, elevate yourself, get beyond the clouds.
Don't worry about your haters. Your haters are like pigeons. Pigeons can only fly so high.
And so you don't have to worry about people and circumstances and situations. You just fly up to an altitude that they can't go to.
You are in control.
not the little voice that gives you all the doubts and gives you all the negativity and gives you all the questions. You, the successful you, are in control. And you've got to continually beat that into your brain every time that little negative voice comes around that makes you feel insecure, that makes you feel less confident, that makes you feel like you're not enough.
Stop being a victim. Stop letting life push you around and start fighting back. Because the minute you tell yourself that you control this is the minute you can start to change it. It all starts the moment you take responsibility and say to yourself, I can make out of this life what I want, and no one and nothing is going to shape my destiny but me. You got to stare all that in the face and say, you can't beat me, I'm too strong.
Many start, but few finish. And that few that finish, that just keep on there in spite of the pain, in spite of the agony, they just keep on. And once they break through that wall, now it's just automatic. It's not a question of whether or not you will do it, it's done. Where you stop worrying, where you begin to trust, you get still and begin to know that you are entitled to this, you're supposed to have this. This is your calling, this is the reason that you are here, this is your time. It's done. When you no longer focus on the obstacles, when you no longer care what people think or what they might say, when you no longer find the need to seek their approval, it's done. It's done. When you say whatever price I must pay, I will do that. It's done when the pressure within you is greater than the pressure outside of you.
Where focus goes, energy flows. If you want to improve, if you want to reach all the goals you've told yourself you'd like to achieve, you gotta start eliminating all the things that don't support the direction you're trying to go.
The path to greatness demands an unyielding focus and discipline. It's about daring to push beyond your limits, fighting relentlessly for your dreams. Your legacy is shaped by the intensity of your desire and the consistency of your focus.
This isn't about idly waiting for the perfect moment or for things to fall into place. It's about waking up each day with the determination to dominate that day more than any other. Drill into your mind that you're in control and you're the one who will make things happen.
Be unapologetically savage about your dreams. If something or someone doesn't contribute to your growth or add value to your journey, consider it dead weight and let it go. This includes negative people, bad habits, and time-wasting activities. Remember, you don't have time for anything that doesn't help you grow and achieve your goals.
When you're great, you don't just focus on the year. You don't just focus on the month. You don't just focus on a week. You focus intensely on the 24 hours in front of you and work as hard as possible to nail it.
When you give up, your mind thinks it's over, so it stops growing. There's no development when you give up, but when you can say, screw this is awful, I'm overwhelmed, I'm in pain, I'm struggling, I'm hurting, but decide not to leave, your mind gets the message. It realizes he's sticking around, so we need to adapt. We need to improve. That's when different parts of your brain kick into gear. You start using parts of your mind you never used before, especially when you're struggling and you refuse to quit.
You have to direct your brain and tell it where you want to go and how you plan to get there. I've learned that if I keep pushing, keep returning to the challenge, your mind understands, all right, we got to work this out because he is not giving up.
You gotta quit quitting. Quitting should be off the table. You have to not allow it to be an option. Any route you choose to reach your goals, if that goal is worth reaching, will be damn tough. So stop basing your decision to quit on how hard the task is. Every single path leading to where you want to be will be challenging. Struggle, frustration, these are indicators that you're on the right track and making headway.
No one who's where you want to be got there without these struggles, without fighting, without pain, without feeling low. Nobody. And if you aim to achieve greatness, you need to embrace the struggle as a necessary ingredient.
But most people get distracted on their way to success. They start the discipline routine, eating right, doing the workouts, doing the self-development, but then they get pulled off course by the distractions around them.
Do not allow that to happen to you. You have got to be relentless in your focus. You got to be starving to change your life and block out everything else
else that doesn't support the vision.
In the world we live in now, you'll be endlessly bombarded with streams of social media, the relentless noise of the internet, the constant pull of just mindlessly scrolling, but you've got to resist, to stay sharp.
Think of your focus like a muscle, just like lifting weights in the gym. You gotta train it. It's about saying no to the unnecessary, all the time wasters that eat away at your productivity. It's about discipline, about choosing what deserves your attention and what doesn't.
To sharpen this weapon, you gotta stay self-aware of what you're concentrating on. That means living in this very moment without getting lost in regrets or things you could have done better in the past or worries about the future. It's about being fully present in whatever you're doing right this second and giving it your absolute all.
The combination of desperation and hunger with laser focus is the formula to be great at something. This formula is the cornerstone of mental mastery.
And the only way you prove to yourself that you really want it is that you no longer hit the snooze button. You no longer lose focus when you're studying. You no longer take shortcuts. You are willing to do whatever it takes. Proving to yourself that you want your dream is about demonstrating control over your mind in every aspect of life, from the moment you wake up to the way you approach every task and challenge.
You're setting the example every single day of your life. When you build this mental toughness by looking at every little thing as a test of your will and your ability to do what you say you're going to do, your life is going to get better.
You don't get here by quitting when you're tired. You get here by quitting when you're finished, when you reach completion, when you've executed.
This level of commitment is what separates those who simply envision from those who achieve. If you're determined to win, to reach paradise, your every moment must reflect that commitment. Pack your calendar with actions that drive you towards your goals, because it's in this relentless pursuit that your dreams transform into reality.
And yes, it's tough. It's tough to tune out the noise, to shut off the distractions, to really hone in on what's important. But that's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. The ability to focus, to keep your eyes on the prize. That's what will get you to where you want to be. Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents. They have skills and abilities, but if you don't nurture them, if you don't develop them, they will never serve you. Your gifts can take you many places if you develop your gifts. And you'll be surprised at the things that you're able to do. When you learn how to block things out, when you learn how to keep thine eyes single, learning how to concentrate, learning how to focus in, deciding that you're going to focus to develop your skills, you'll be surprised at the ideas that will come to you, of the people that you'll be able to attract, of the opportunities that you'll be able to see. You'll begin to see things that have been standing there looking you in the face saying, I can't believe this has been here all this time. But you can learn all the techniques in the world. If you don't believe in yourself, it won't happen for you. You've got to focus on you. And as you convince you, as you sell yourself every day, you will begin to see a difference in the things that you're doing. Selling yourself on your ability to perform a job, to achieve a certain objective. Telling yourself every day, here I go again. And I got what it takes. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me. Decide that you're going to push yourself. You have something that you brought to the universe. And that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, and becoming the best at it, and mastering myself, and seeing what I have within me, I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you.
And many of you cannot get to your level of success. You cannot get to dominance because you are worried about everything that's coming in your ear, guys. You gotta learn to kill the noise. Who cares what they say? Dominance. Who cares what they think? Dominance. Listen to me, nothing succeeds like success. You wanna kill your haters. You wanna shut them down. You wanna kill the noise. Nothing succeeds like success. And I'm telling you, if you can learn the noise and dominate your space, your lane,
Stay in your lane and dominate your lane. I'm telling you, not only will you compete, not only will you dominate, but you, my friend, will lead a dynasty. I dare you to dominate. I challenge you to find your space. Stay in your space and create something in your space that has never been created before. Control your lane. I dare you to believe in your uniqueness. I dare you to believe in you. I dare you to stand up for yourself. I dare you to dominate your space, your world, and to leave a legacy.
Some of you going to sleep and you don't deserve to be. You don't deserve rest. You lazy. You don't deserve rest. Rest is for people who work. You ain't doing nothing. Every day you chilling. You only go to sleep when you've done something.
Your ego's a liar. Your ego's digging a grave of comfort. A grave of comfort that you're gonna crawl into voluntarily, where you get buried and you can't move anymore. That's what happens. That's what happens when you don't accept that whatever's going on is your fault. It is your fault.
You can lie to yourself and then you don't need discipline. You can tell yourself everything's okay and then you don't need discipline. You can tell yourself, you can lie to yourself and say that you're winning. You have to be cognizant, you have to be aware of how you are being influenced. Because in this day and age, right now, if you aren't careful, you can slide down the path of least resistance, the path to weakness, the path to fragility, and the path to a lack of control as to what is happening in our lives. In your life, you gotta be the master of your mind. You gotta exercise mind control.
I'm the general, I'm the soldier. I am going to obey orders without question.
And people say, like, what do you tell yourself? I'm telling myself anything, I'm not allowed to talk. Immediate obedience to the orders. That's what we're doing with ourselves.
You just can't do what you're in love with, what you're interested in. Sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do so you can live like you want to live. So if it's going to help you reach your goal, even if you don't like it, do it anyway. What's your why? You need a why. Why do you need a why? Because some days you're going to look at that alarm clock and it's going to say 6, and 6 is the time you wake up, and you're going to look again, it's going to say 6:05, and you're going to say, I don't want to get up. But that why is going to say, push yourself, get up. Your mama needs you. Your daddy needs you. Your children need you. Get up. Your why is going to push you when you can't push yourself. When you want to quit and give up, your why is going to give you that edge you need, that advantage you need to make you believe again, to make you get up when you got up 3 times and you say, I'm not getting up no more. Your why. You don't get here by quitting when you're tired. You get here by quitting when you finish, when you're done. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. You stop when you complete it, when you execute it. Execution is worship. And so I execute for my mom. I execute for my grandma. I execute for my sister. That's why I can't quit and give up, even though I get tired just like everybody else. I need you to eat the dream. I need you to sleep the dream. I need you to talk the dream. Because some days, you're not going to feel like getting up. Some days, you're not going to feel like keep going. And the dream is going to push you. You a beast until it's uncomfortable. You a beast when the weather is right. You a beast when coach tell you to do something that you're comfortable with. You a beast when you play in your position. You a beast when everything is going right. But sometimes stuff start happening where it's uncomfortable and you start to break. You start to bend. You start to fold. You gotta learn to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. It ain't always gonna be the way you like it. It's not always gonna be comfortable. The conditions ain't always gonna be perfect. But if you want this, if you really want this, you gotta learn to sacrifice. You gotta learn to give up to go up. To be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. I need you to get up and I need you to work like your professor is grading your paper. I need you to work like you got an examination. I need you to work like you're trying to get credit. I need you to work like you're trying to graduate. I need you to put in that work and put in that time. And I need you to outwork everybody. Every single day when I wake up, every minute of the day, every hour of the day, I have an opportunity. Every opportunity is the last opportunity. Every opportunity, I have to reprove myself again. Because the day you become content, the day you stop evaluating yourself, the day you stop growing, the day you stop getting better is the day you die. Is the day the person who's trying to catch you will get you. Ain't nobody stopping you but you. You're not average, stop acting like it. You're not average. Why you being average? You're not average. Why you being good when you're not good? You great. You phenomenal. When you gonna step up to the plate? And you have not given yourself enough credit to say, I just need to get up a half hour earlier and my whole life will change. I just need to get up 1 hour earlier. I just need to work 1 hour longer. I need to stop hitting that snooze button. If you were to make that one change, that one sacrifice, you would stop dreaming and start living it. I need you to dig deep, and I need you to make the rest of your life the best of your life. No excuses, just adjustments.
What controls our focus controls our life. And everything's trying to get our focus all the time, right? The advertiser's trying to get our focus, your phone's ringing, in your pocket it's buzzing, and that buzz is either your phone, or it's an email, or it's a text. There's this constant something trying to get control of our focus. But what you focus on determines your destiny in your life. So if you don't take control of it, somebody else will.
If I don't finally get my focus in check, if I keep wandering around distracted, if I keep looking at every new thing that pops up, if I keep trying every single new opportunity, if I keep saying yes to everything, if I keep listening to everybody's complaints, and if I keep doing whatever they ask me to do, at some point, you'll lose your life.
You can lose track of the long-term goal. It fades from your vision. It slips from your mind. But I don't accept that. I want that long-term goal to be so embedded in my mind that I never lose sight of it, ever.
You need to have a mission for what you're doing today. You should figure out what is it you desire in life and figure out the steps to get there and start working a plan to get there and minimizing everything else. Getting very clear on the mission, and working the plan. Everything else, guess what it gets? A no.
Every day, do something that moves you toward that goal, that keeps that goal alive and in sight and in focus. However small or insignificant that step might seem, take it, do it, make it happen.
Where will you be in your business and your life in 36 months? Not because you hope, because you decide. If there's something you once envisioned and now it's real, it's because you focused on it continuously, didn't you? When you focus on something continuously, something magical happens. You get insights, don't you? You overhear a conversation and you hear something you wouldn't have heard if you didn't have that outcome or goal that you wanted so badly.
What are the things that are stealing your focus? Who are the people that are stealing your focus? And begin to eliminate these distractions. Get laser focused and obsessed on what you want. Be starving and hungry to get it. Be desperate to get it. The combination of desperation and hunger with laser focus over an extended period of time is the formula to be great at something.
The question you want to ask yourself is, what do I want? The target is not the activity. The activity can change. It's what's the result I'm after. Clarity is power. The more clear you are and specifically what you want, the faster your brain can get you there. Because your brain's like a servo mechanism in a missile. It locks on the heat signature and what does it do? It moves and follows it. That's the way your brain is if it knows the outcome, if it knows the result.
You cannot accomplish what you have not focused on. If you're not focusing on it, it can't happen. You're so focused on everything else but you, and you don't realize you are what's gonna blow you up. You are what's gonna change your situation. You are what's gonna take you to the next level. Stop focusing on 4 things at once, and I need you to concentrate on 1 thing at a time. And most of you in this room, you can't give up 6 months. You can't give up 8 months. You can't let stuff go for a few weeks. Like you can't let girls go. Some of you just can't let boys go. Some of you just can't let parties go. Let it go. If you want to be successful, if you want to dominate in the area, you got to let everything go but that thing you pursuing. You can't chase 2 rabbits and catch both of them. So you put your attention on one and go after it. You got to stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused on the goal. Champions are focused on the goal. They don't have time to be doing stuff that's not going to help them toward the goal. We wake up and grind. Winners win. I focus on winning. Eye on the tiger. I want you to be so focused. I want you to be so concentrated that you block out all noise, that you block out all sound. You got to get to that point like you like that eagle. You know that eagle that's 100 and some odd feet in the air, and that eagle is flying around, and all of a sudden it looks down in the Atlantic Ocean and it sees its prey, and all of a sudden, bam! All that eagle does is one time, it brings out its wings. It shows its face toward where it's going. It puts its head down, and boom, it dives down. It doesn't look to the right. It doesn't look to the left. It doesn't look up. It doesn't look further down. It looks straight at its prey, and it goes, wow, straight down into the Atlantic Ocean, straight down, eyes focused, arms out steady, and bam, it scoops up its prey, and it keeps on going. And I'm telling you, if you're gonna blow up, if you're gonna get to the next level, you gotta stay focused. You gotta learn how to concentrate. What makes a person average is their focus. And so what you're focusing on throughout the course of the day, it has to change. What you're looking at, what you're reading, what you're watching, the conversations you have. You must now be focused on your why, and you must be focused on your dreams. You must be focused on your goals. When you are great, you don't focus on a week. When you are great, you don't focus on a month. When you are great, you don't focus on a year. I'm not saying the same thing wrong with planning, but what I'm talking about is you concentrate on the 24-hour that's in front of you, and you nail it. I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart. You focus on this, and tomorrow will take care of itself. If you would just believe that your day coming, that the sacrifices you are making today, they gonna pay off. But if you do not believe, it ain't gonna happen.
While you're taking time off, relaxing, chilling out, someone you're up against might be getting ahead of you. They might be putting in more reps, more work, more effort. And while you're lounging, they're grinding, sharpening their skills and getting that edge. Every minute you spend relaxing, they're using to become stronger, faster, smarter. The race doesn't pause because you decide to take a break. Your competition is relentless, and so must you be.
Every single day of your life, you have a chance to get further ahead of those people you're competing with. You have a chance to push yourself to do better. Outperform yourself in anyone you gotta go up against. Every day is a new opportunity, a fresh battlefield where you can prove your capabilities. It's not just about beating the others. It's about conquering your own limits and setting new records for yourself.
You need to work harder. You need to study harder. You need to grind more. You don't become number one by taking days off. You don't become number one by chilling on the weekends or holidays. You become number one by doing what all the other people aren't willing to. It's about the extra mile, the additional hour, the second workout. It's about that relentless pursuit of excellence that never settles for good enough.
And that takes disciplining yourself to do all that you don't want to do, but know you need to. You gotta get up when you're feeling tired and feeling weak, and get yourself moving forward toward the mission at hand. It's about conquering the inner laziness, the voice that begs for just one more hour of sleep, one more episode, one more moment of ease. That's the voice of mediocrity, and you gotta crush it under your determination.
The universe doesn't give a that it's the holidays, that it's New Year's Eve, that it's the weekend. Time will keep moving, and the world will keep moving. So that means you gotta keep moving too. You don't have time to stop. You don't have time to slack off. Time is the one resource you can't get back. And every second you waste is a second loss from your journey to greatness. The clock is ticking, and it's ruthless.
Success isn't gonna wait for you. You gotta chase it down. If you're stopping and starting constantly, you won't ever catch it. You gotta be consistent. You gotta never let your foot off the gas. Never stop, never quit. It's about that relentless pursuit, that unwavering focus, that unstoppable drive that separates the legends from the masses.
All the average people in the world are gonna think you're crazy. They're gonna call you a psycho and not understand why you're working so hard. They won't get it, and they don't have to get it. The only one who needs to know why you're putting in this work is you. Let them talk, let them wonder, let them doubt. You're not here to make sense to them. You're here to make miracles for yourself.
So when your competitors are sleeping, you're working. When they're out having a good time, you're working. Because when you do this, while they're dreaming about how great it'd be to be number one, you'll be living it. Your dedication is what turns dreams into reality.
You gotta have the strength of character to read, to digest information, to work on yourself, to work on your craft, on your abilities, on your ideas consistently, without letting yourself slide into complacency, holding a higher standard than anyone else is willing to, doing things to the very best of your ability. It's about that relentless self-improvement, the constant striving for knowledge and mastery that sets you apart.
You have no idea how great you could become if you tried your hardest. You could become 10 times, 20 times better than you are right now. Your potential is unlimited when you're willing to do whatever it takes. Imagine the heights you could reach if you pushed yourself to your absolute limits.
The only thing standing between you and your utmost potential is the amount of work you're willing to put in. So you gotta go all in and witness the transformation of yourself.
You may not have that natural talent or a gift for creativity or intellect. You might not have any of those things. But what you lack in those things, you can make up with effort. You can decide that you will outwork everyone.
When you need to do 45 minutes on the treadmill, you do 46. When it's supposed to be 20 phone calls, you make 21. When it's supposed to be an 8-hour workday, you work 9. Whatever it is, you always do one more.
And what that does is it makes you eventually think you're doing things other people aren't willing to do, so you should get things other people aren't gonna get.
You've got to understand, it's not about what you were born with. It's not about what you were given or where you started or even where you're going. It is entirely about what you plant at the center of your soul, how hard you're willing to go after something, how much focus you're willing to put in your life, and how often you come back to that level of intensity for who you want to be.
But you gotta understand, kinda is lethal. There's so many kinda people. Most people kinda want a career change. They kinda want to get straight A's. They kinda want to get in shape. But if you only kinda want something, then you're only gonna kinda get the results you want. You can't just kinda want that thing. You gotta want it with every part of your being.
Will you struggle? Yeah, you're gonna struggle. There's no way around it. You're gonna fall so many times, but who's counting?
If you want to make it to the top of your field, top of your class, top of your industry, then there's going to be sharp ridges that must be stepped over. There's going to be times you get stressed and things you get depressed over. But let me tell you something, struggle and criticisms are prerequisites for greatness.
That is the law of this universe, and no one escapes it because pain is life. But you can choose what type, either the pain on the road to success or the pain of being haunted with regret.
If you want to win at anything in life, there's one battle you got to win first. The battle inside your mind. Real struggle ain't external shit that's all around you. It ain't the test you got to pass, the race you got to win, the weight you got to lift, the business you got to start, or the bills you got to pay. The real battle is in your mind. Your mind is a battleground, and the real enemy is after one thing, your mind. It's out to worry you, stress you out, break you down. It's out to make you quit. It's out to make you think you can't get up, make you give up on your dreams. The fight you got to win is in your mind. Get to work. Every day start training your mind to believe that you can do anything you want to do and be anyone you want to be. Stay focused, stay motivated, but most importantly, stay strong. If the enemy within is in check, then the enemy outside can do you no harm.
If you want to live your best life, you gotta do me a huge favor. You gotta watch them choices you make. People make bad choices, they wake up and make another bad choice, they make another bad choice. Now they got a habit of bad choices, right? And they like, how did I get here? Choices. You trying to get to certain places, but you ain't making the choices that's gonna get you there. You all in your feelings. No alarm clock needed. My passion wakes me up. My drive wakes me up. My determination wakes me up. My ability to be, do, and have whatever I want, it wakes me up. What wakes you up? What drives you? Why are you playing this game? You gotta begin with the end in mind. So whatever your dream or your goal is, you gotta wake up every day to it. You gotta go to bed with it. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? You gotta read stuff. The music you listen to, everything you do, gotta pour into that dream. I didn't get to where I am. I didn't get here being lazy. I didn't get here binge watching TV. I didn't get here taking days off. I personally know what it takes. One day I made a decision that enough is enough. I'm tired of being average. I'm tired. I'm tired of being good. I'm tired. I made a decision. Enough is enough. It's showtime. If you're a student in school, try harder, study harder, and focus more. You got this.
that athlete that's out there and you're not training how you're supposed to, go 10, 15 minutes harder. Bomb 10 more reps. You have to work when no one's watching. You have to train like there is no tomorrow. Day after day after day. You can improve just a little bit every day. That's the effort you need to be great. That's the sacrifice that you have to put in order for you to get to the next level that you need to be at.
In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have. You only transition from one level to the next when you're tired of the level you on. You don't belong at the bottom, and it's time for you to get your butt from down there. It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get you up and get to where you're supposed to be. Get where you belong. Do what you're supposed to do. Live like you're supposed to live. You gotta keep every single day of my life. I feel like giving 120. Every single day. I don't have days where I don't feel like it. Why? Because I'm counting on me. My wife's counting on me. My son's counting on me. I don't have days to waste. And your grind has to match your dream. You can't play as much as you used to play. You can't go where you used to go. You can't do what you used to do. And now you gotta pick your grind up. And I need you to wake up every single day, and I need you to use your 24 hours like you've never used it before.
I brought a message for somebody who's been going through the fire and wondered in their own mind how long. Why are things like they are? Some of you have been through enough stress that you should have lost your mind. Don't think it's strange when things happen to you, because the truth of the matter is every man, every woman, every boy, every girl will go through a time where your faith must stand trial. If we can just stand for every trial, there's going to be a glory. And if you just stand, I know it's hard on you, but if you just stand, even up under this pressure you're going through, if you just stand, when you get to the right place, you're going to look back over your shoulder and you're going to see a miracle. You're stronger than you think you are. You're tougher than you think you are. You can go through more than you think you can. And when the world is against you and beating you down, I need you to get up and prove everyone wrong.
All you do is you fall down, get back up again, fall down, get back up again, fall down, get back up again. That's how you win. Things are gonna get harder, things are gonna get tougher. That's the way life works. So what you need to do is you need to get harder and you need to get tougher.
If you can pick yourself up every single time you get knocked down, you can make it.
You will never know that you have faith until you're in a good fight. Real faith is proven in the furnace of affliction, in the time of adversity.
Even if you're in the middle of a disaster, you can use that disaster for direction.
It is through the disaster, it is through the adversity that our strength is developed. You find out things about yourself that you didn't know. I'm stronger than I thought I was. I'm more resilient than I thought I was.
Life keeps changing, and as life keeps changing and circumstances keep changing, you gotta be flexible enough to change on a dime and switch this way and turn back this way. And if you don't make the right switch, you find yourself stuck.
The thing you need to win is resilience. You can't just keep trying different stuff, because you can never say something didn't work when you didn't have tried. Greatness takes time. It takes time to build your brand. It takes time to build your life. It takes time to build your career. You got to be prepared to get 1,000 no's to get one yes.
So stop feeling sorry for yourself over what challenges are thrown at you. This is a part of the process. It is part of the journey. How will you ever grow if you never have any pressure? You should be thanking the universe for putting you through this. Because these problems you're having, these are the greatest opportunities to get stronger. When you're committed, when you're invested, when you're all in, you can't throw in the towel. You can't just walk away.
Cause you won't quit when you got some skin in the game. You won't just walk away easy. When you don't have nothing invested, it's easy to walk away. See, sometimes Some people only want it without struggle. But if you're serious about reeling it in, you have to put some effort.
Get up! Compete! Many of y'all are not competing. I need effort. Compete! Many of you have lost your competitive edge. Get your competitive edge back.
I don't know how, I don't know when, but I do know that before it's over, I'm coming out of this. There may have to be a sequel. This can't be the end of the movie. I have got to come out of this. This may be a commercial break, but it's not over. Expect me to come back. Expect me to come back. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know what I'll have to go through, but expect me to come back. I might look bad today, but expect me to come back. I may be crying right now, but expect me to come back. I may be broke, busted, and disgusted, but expect me to come back.
I need you to keep fighting. Never stop, never quit. Never allow anybody to talk you out of your vision, your dreams, or your big ideas. You have got to be relentless. Never let your foot off the gas. Never stop, never quit. Despite all that you're going through right now, you can win. Despite the pain, you can win. Despite all the heartache and pain and discomfort you're feeling right now, you can win. You have what it takes to get through this. You can turn this whole situation around and you can come back better. Life is something that's not happening to you, it's happening for you. All these hard things that you're going up against right now are there to grow you. They're there to push you. They're there to challenge you to rise above and become stronger. You don't grow through easy times. You grow through going up against hard things and pushing against them. They are there to make you better, to make you into a more unstoppable machine.
The reason you can't stop is because you might be so close. Wouldn't it be a shame for you to quit when you're this close? Wouldn't it be a shame for you to walk away when you come this far? Wouldn't it be horrible for you to bail out when you're just this close to victory? You can't walk by what you see. You can't give up because it doesn't feel good. You can't let people talk you out of it. You can't let your emotions stop you from moving forward.
Most people are not living their dreams because of fear, ladies and gentlemen. Fear is the most subtle and destructive of all human diseases. Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can age you. Fear, ladies and gentlemen, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you are capable of doing, but it will paralyze you. And I ask you a question, what is the benefit? What's the benefit of allowing fear to hold you back? What's the benefit of giving up on yourself? Of not stepping out on life and taking life on? What is the benefit for you? What's the plus in that? You got to ask yourself, how long am I going to allow this to hold me back?
You don't have as many opportunities in life to take that gamble and allow life to play you. You must play life.
You've got to make some conscious effort to begin to work to develop you. Start listening to tapes on a daily basis to begin to recondition your mind, to retrain your thinking. Listen to things that can empower you, that can enable you to create a new reality for yourself and a new life for yourself. You might appear to be strange around most people. Don't expect it to make sense to anybody why you've got to do this, why you have got to go. Well, I don't understand. You don't have to. I'm going for me. This is something I have got to do. Now, will it be turbulent? Yes. Will it be easy? No. Will you have some opposition? Yes. Will I make a lot of mistakes? Yes. Will I get hurt? Yes. But guess what? There's no gain without pain.
When the outcome changes and it's not what we want it to be and it doesn't turn out the way we want it to turn out, do we still value the thing that we once said we value? Is our character still intact? Character's not something we inherit. In the midst of opposition, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of uncertainty, we gotta wake up every single day, we gotta fight and we gotta build it. It's about the sacrifice, the honor, the work, the commitment of what you had to go through in order to get to this moment. Being battle tested, the injuries, the blood, the sweat, the tears. Everybody can't respond and everybody can't recover. The only thing you got as a man, your character, your integrity, and what you stand on. What you say.
what it means to you. I'm talking every single rep. I'm talking every opportunity. If it's any fear in your spirit right now, it ain't for you. This for warriors, man. This for soldiers, man. Everybody's got a plan so they can hit in the mouth. So when your plan fails, when you get knocked down on the canvas, when everything falls apart in your life, what are you gonna do is only watch it. Stay hard.
We have been conditioned to tell ourselves that our hardships are the reason that we can't be what we want to be. When in reality, the hardships that we had are actually the things that teach us the skills and the perspective we need to actually become what we want to be. If you had to choose between having a perfect upbringing and having an upbringing that was extremely hard, you should choose the one that was hard. I'm talking to you guys who still have hope, who still have the fire, who still have the want and the will and the desire to be more and become more. I'm talking to you. You can do this.